In this video, I'm going to give you a quick and honest review of Stash, the investing app designed to help you get started with the stock market, even if you have very little money, and maybe you're wondering if it's worth it in 2025. Let's break down what it does well, what you should be aware of, and whether it fits your investing style. First up, the good stuff. Stash lets you begin investing with very small amounts, even just a few dollars, thanks to fractional shares, and it's designed for beginners. The interface is simple and clear, and it offers themed investment options, like ETFs tied to values or sectors, as well as recurring investing features so you can build habit. Many users appreciate that it removes barriers, no huge minimums, no complicated jargon, and you can start small. It also offers a stock-back card, a debit card linked to your account that gives you a small amount of stock as a reward for everyday spending, a fun bonus. The educational content inside the app and the simplicity of investing make it a good entry point if you've never invested before. But let's talk about the but section, because there are important drawbacks. Stash charges a monthly subscription fee. Plans typically start around $3/month and go higher instead of a percentage of assets. If your balance is very small, that flat monthly fee can become a significant portion of your assets. Also, Stash's asset offerings are limited, largely stocks and ETFs in the US. With fewer advanced tools, no heavy trading features, no full tax loss harvesting for all accounts, and less customization than what you'd see in more advanced brokerages. Some user reviews raise concerns. I got charged for this Stash subscription randomly after 2 years of not using the app. The app just decided to start charging me for it. Reddit. So there are occasional complaints about account closures, fees, transfers, and support. Another issue, as your investing knowledge grows and you want more control or more advanced features, options, futures, global markets, you might outgrow Stash. So, who is Stash for, and who might want a different platform? If you're brand new to investing, if you're building habit, you only have small amounts to invest right now, and you appreciate simplicity and guidance, Stash is a very good choice. It gets you started. On the other hand, if you already have a decent portfolio, you want very low fees, you want full control over your investments or advanced features, then you might prefer a more full-service broker. The flat fee model means you should check whether it makes sense given your balance. My verdict: Stash is a legitimate and useful tool for getting into investing. It's good for beginners. It helps you create good habits. It offers low minimums and simple structure. But it's not designed to be the only platform if you want to be a sophisticated investor. The fee structure and limited advanced features are worth knowing up front. If you go in aware and use it for what it is, it can be a smart first step. Let me know in the comments if you've tried Stash or are considering using it. If this review helped you out, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more honest and easy-to-understand reviews of investing apps and tools.